Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back. My name is Gigi. Today we're going to start with a little Model Ones. We've got a mold out. Sorry. This is the third time I've started this voiceover, so whatever mistakes happen, they're just going to happen. We've got that beautiful butterfly gem. We've got some gorgeous micro beads. They're actually plastic, though, and not metal. I don't remember where I got them. We're going to start with this pretty Model Ones. And I'm going to do one coat of that on all 5 nails. This set of nails today is inspired by a set I saw on a Temu ad. This is the second time I've done that because they do have some cute press-ons, and I'm like, I bet I could make that. So we're going to do that today. At the end of the video, please let me know in the comment section if you thought I pulled it off. Mine isn't exactly like theirs, different colors, but same vibe, right? Same vibe. So, and honestly, to me, while we make this charm, which I'm just using the second color of the polish, and I'm just wiggling my brush to get it into all the nooks and crannies. You want to make sure that you don't have any holes down there, right? Any bubbles is what I mean to say, bubbles. And that's why you got to do 2 coats as well, because there's gonna, like, the polish doesn't want to stick to it, right? So you got to finagle it a little, but it's worth it in the end because they pop right out. So to my mind with this set, you could wear this for a lot of things. They're so girly, very delicate and beautiful. They could be wedding nails. They could be spring nails. They could be Valentine's nails. You could swap out different 3D elements to turn them into anything. But what they basically are just very girly, gorgeous nails. So I love them. Well, no, it doesn't matter who inspired them because they are gorgeous. So I'm just finishing up here, getting all the color into all the nooks and crannies. And just a little pro tip, any excess on the outside of the mold that you can remove prior to curing it, the better. Because the less you have to clean off, the better. If it's very, very thin, it'll just flick off with your fingers, right? And if you leave it really thick, if you leave it super thick, then you're having to cut it off. And then you risk cutting your actual charm. Sorry, guys. Gigi is overstimulated. I have my grandson on the weekends, and sometimes I get a little overstimulated. You know how it is when you're around kids. They're always on, so you're always on. And he just left to hang out with his mom and dad at the restaurant for a little while today. And I am just a little, wah, right? It's a good wah, but a little out of my mind. Let's just clean up this French line. I got a little overzealous there, a little carried away. Let's make sure it's nice and neat, and then we'll pop that bad boy in the lamp. We're just going to focus on 3 nails today. The butterfly nail, one of the bows, and one of the Frenches. The other 2 nails are a bow and a French, so you do get the entire set in the 3 nails. I'm not going to add a whole bunch of footage just to show the same process repeated. Hopefully that doesn't drive you nuts, because honestly, that's what drives me nuts. When I watch any kind of instructional video, I just want you to, if I need to see it again, I'll rewind it, right? I don't need you to keep showing me the same thing over and over. So that's a personal preference. If that's not your preference, let me know. Maybe we can switch it up, right? It doesn't have to be what I like. It could be what you like sometimes. Sometimes. So on the Frenches, we're going to add some gems. Now, if you look at the Temu, the gems that they used are not what I'm going to use. They used, wow, my brain is just shut down, guys. Little pearls, little half pearls. But their pearls matched, and I don't have anything that matches this. If I was going to match it, it'd have to be a darker set, and I just was not feeling that. I didn't quite have the right colors to make the color that they did, which was like a mauve-y tone. I love mauve. It's gorgeous. And I do have a pretty polish that is close to that, but I didn't have one that was lighter, right, to do the full nail. Because like on our purple here, we've got the sheer completely, going down the nails, but then the French is not got that shimmer to it, and it also is less sheer. So once you put down two coats, you get more opacity. It's not fully opaque, but there is more opacity to it. So I didn't have another mauve color that would match. So I went with purple. Purple's my favorite color. So, if I'm going to try something different, it's probably going to be purple. I do love purple a lot. So here's our micro beads coming in. Now on the example set, I think that they had a different, like they put the pearls down and then did a separate line of micro beads, which I thought looked really good. But I really love this, the way it looks like a tennis bracelet when you put the micro beads in between the gems. I love that look. So I thought, let's just switch it up a little bit and do what I love and make it feel more jewelry-esque, right? I love that. Love that. So as you can see, I cured my gems down first, and then I just came in and added a tiny bit of gel in between all the spaces and then put the micro beads in that gel. If I didn't cure it, it would have taken so much longer, because every time you put micro beads, you might shift a gem and it becomes a mess. So I like to cure the gems before I put the micro beads on. Now we're putting on our 3D elements now. We've got the butterfly that's in the lamp now. And excuse me, guys, it's very windy today. And so that's got my asthma really activated. So I have a little frog in my throat as well. So I apologize. But yeah, it is super, super windy today. That's probably what we're going to get as a result of that storm going across the country, is just a really cloudy, windy day. I'm not sure if it's part of the same system, but it's definitely some weather happening here in Las Vegas today. So now we're going to put some little charms. After we put down our 3D elements, we're going to put down some charms. The gem juice we're using today is by Macart. It's the Macart nail glue. For the micro beads, for using the micro beads like we're using today, a thicker gel is a must. If you try to use a thinner gel, like a base coat or a top coat or something, your micro beads are just going to slide right off your nail. You're never going to get them all in place before half of them are off the table, or on the table rather, or stuck to your finger, right? It's crazy. You need a non-slippery, thick gel. You need a gel that sticks and grabs. So the Macart nail glue is pretty nice for this kind of thing. Let me full disclosure it though. I suck with the micro beads just a little bit. So I think we need to use them more on the channel so that I can get better at that skill. Because it is a skill. Having a flat tipped brush helps you to line them up a little bit. But any tips that you have, please leave them in the comment section. Or hey, even make a post on the community page. Share that with all of your friends here on the channel. Because that's all we are, guys, is a big old nail art loving friend group. So let's just start thinking of each other in that way. And then we can interact and help each other in ways that are incredible and amazing, okay? And in ways that maybe we never even considered. Let's use that community post for a lot of fun things, but let's keep it to nails, okay? Let's keep it to nails. So we're just finishing up here. I'm going to add a couple more gems there at the bottom, which we are about to get to. And here's the thing with these little chainy, dangly things. I wasn't exactly sure if I wanted them to be completely straight or just hanging, like straight in a triangle sort of shape, or hanging down completely in a straight line, but ended up just letting them fly the way they wanted to, because it felt like almost like if you had a wind chime that was just sort of passing back and forth in the wind, catching all the breezes. And so that's the vibe that I thought of when I put down. Guys, I'm so sorry, I'm losing my voice. I don't know what's going on. When I put down the chains, the microbead chains. There you go. My daughter called them chains, and that's when I went, oh yeah, they're chains, aren't they? They're kind of like those little ball chains, right? Oh my gosh, so cute. So cute. And this is the last little bit of the chains that we're going to deal with, just this last nail. And then we'll be on to top coat. This is not a super long video today because honestly, the set was pretty easy. The thing that took the longest was making the charms, and again, that didn't take very long. It's 3 cures. So the amount of time that it takes 3 cures, that's 3 minutes, plus whatever time it took to put everything in the mold. So like 6 minutes, maybe 7 minutes to make the charms. I think that's totally worth it. If you're doing something like that in a shop for clients, make sure you're charging for those. That 6 minutes matters. That 7 minutes matters. That's your time. That's your expertise. That is your skill. You charge for those things. So make sure that you're getting your money. There is so much going on in the nail community right now about prices. And listen, I get it. Nails are expensive. Why do you think I do my own? I am currently with a budget that needs managing, right? I can't just because I want new nails run to the salon. I need to do them myself. And because my daughters are amazing and have over the years bought me many, many things for my collection, and I also shop the sales, I have a pretty good collection of nail things, that's funny, nail products. And I have spent the last 6+ years teaching myself how to do nails. You'd think I'd be even better at it by now, but I am getting there. Just a little self-deprecation there. No damage. But nails are expensive. It takes time to get good at them. Nobody pops out of nail school putting on gorgeous full sets. That's not how it works. It takes time and dedication to get good at your craft. That is a skill that must be charged for. Once you are really good and you have amazing adhesion, your nails look professional, you must charge for that. And all of the extras, gems and microbeads and 3D elements and art products and hand painting, that doesn't just appear out of nowhere. You pay for that. So your clients have to pay for that. When I see a nail tech say, oh, I just do all of the art for free. What? Honestly, if you are an amazing artist, like if you're Votino and you're spending a couple of hours painting a mural on somebody's nails, that art costs more than the nails do. That must be paid for. It's nice to be generous and charitable, not at work. If you can afford to get your nails done, then you can afford to get your nails done. There you go. That's it. I'm off my soapbox. Here's the thumbnail. The first time you've seen it, look how cute the chains are. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. And thank you for all of your comments and your likes and your shares and your subscribes. I appreciate you guys more than you know. We are going to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.